Hi, I'm Norman A. Hood, financial advisor and host of the Exit Plan Show. I interview America's top advisors, like today's guest, Mariann Montgomery with Murphy Business and Financial Corporation, to help business owners enjoy more personal freedom, grow their companies faster, and transition ownership seamlessly when the time comes. Welcome to the show, Mariann. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. My pleasure to be here.
Yeah, I also want to thank you for all your help lining up a great group of guests, and several of those were thanks to you from your connections here in Dallas.
Certainly.
So I know you've worked here a long time, and you know the people who get the job done.
That's right. That's right. Whenever you're going out doing deals, you do make some connections, and you do learn who's doing the deals and who's not, and who brings something to the table.
Okay, good. Can you tell our audience a little bit about your background and your career path up until now?
Oh, sure. Well, I was born and raised on a farm and ranch, so I have an agriculture background, and I have 2 degrees from Texas A&M, and they're both in agriculture. And I spent 6 years in production agriculture, and then I moved to a family business that was based here in Texas, and what they did, they were in distribution.
Oh, okay.
Animal health, pharmaceutical, and agricultural chemical distribution. And basically, he was a player to be continued with, but he didn't have quite the size to be able to be competitive. So they ended up selling that family business to ConAgra. And at the time, the owner elected not to stay, and I was moved in as general manager and VP of that particular business. And with ConAgra, was able to grow that business to a substantial size. Was probably at $36 million in revenue when they sold. And ConAgra decided to sell that business, and then I went on to telecommunications, of all things. But I've been known to be able to put together, strong management teams to meet the objectives of, the corporate entity, and those teams working very well together. So I did very well in telecom. And I ended up in business brokerage because my former boss back in ConAgra days, whenever they sold, he started business brokering. He and I stayed in touch, and over time it just made sense for me to investigate that and look at it, because I had owned a business before. I'd run a large corporation, worked for a small family business, very familiar with financials, very comfortable with doing deals. So my husband and I, we decided over 5 years ago, we purchased a franchise from Murphy.
Good. How would people that know you the best, how do you think they describe you personally?
Well, I'm actually an introvert. And I really don't, I kind of avoid conflict. And people that deal with me in business, they would be shocked to know that I'm an introvert, because in business, I am, I'm a real go-getter, bottom line person, and the type of person, I get the deal done by doing whatever it takes to make sure that both parties end up in a good deal. So I'm very much go out there and get it done.
Okay.
So that I would say, people would say that she knows how to do it, and she's very tenacious.
Okay, good. Can you tell us about the services you offer? I know you're a business brokerage, but just tell our audience what that, what all that entails.
Okay. What we do is we work with business owners, and we basically package their business, and then we market that business to prospective buyers.
Okay. Well, that's simple enough. Is there anything you think differentiates you from some of the other business brokerage firms? You had a choice on where you could go. You chose Murphy. What do you think makes them different?
Murphy has an extensive background from the standpoint of experience and time in the industry, also training, mentoring, and a great back office as far as helping the brokers. And when Murphy came to the market, they saw the need to not just focus on the transaction, but to also focus on the ownership and preparing that business for sale, bringing in professional partners to work as a team so you can facilitate what's in the best interest of the business owner. And my husband and I, we've kind of taken it a step further from the standpoint of early engagement with business owners, and that might be anywhere from 2 to 5 years prior to their planned exit. And we're able to help them add value to the business and also make the business more sellable.
Okay, good. What do you like the most about what you do? You know, you have a varied background. You have a lot of experience in doing different things. Is there any one thing you like to do the most when you work with a business owner?
Oh yes, that's developing those those personal relationships. Because we work with business owners for a lengthy time period, we really become members of each other's families.
Okay.
We learn, who the grandkids are, the name of the pets, what their special interests are. We've actually leased out hunting land to clients and just become very, very close. And I guess that's what means so much to me. It brings so much to the table to me because I become vested in them, and it actually makes me really work harder, challenges me to make sure that whatever their goals are, they become my goals.
Okay, great. So is that what drives you? Is that the why you?
Oh, it
why
is.
You do
It is because kind of the art of the deal in the personal relationships. And when I talk about the art of the deal, you'll hear brokers tell you a deal will die 4 times, 10 times before you get it done. And I love the challenge of making it work for both parties. Whenever you're getting pushback or somebody says it can't be done, oh no, I'll pick it up then and figure it out, because there's always a way where both sides come out, where it's positive for both sides, because that relationship between both parties is very critical all the way through past whenever you close the deal. It's critical that it carries through because you want to transfer that goodwill and you want the seller still invested to make sure that their business does well within the ownership. So I find it, I want to make sure that they develop a personal relationship that they carry on well past time when we close the transaction.
Okay. Last question. If you could give business owners a tip in any one of about 4 areas, and I'll tell you the areas. 1, how to enjoy more personal freedom, take a little more time off, how to grow their company faster, how to transition ownership either through a sale to a third party or to an insider like a key employee group or a family member. And then 4th, how to redefine their purpose after they sell their company. In other words, find a new identity that's not connected to their business. If you could give them a tip in any one of those 4 areas, what would it be?
Well, I would say by working with ownership well in advance, we actually touch all 4 of those areas.
Great.
Because we find that business owners typically don't plan for their sale, and therefore they're not able to enjoy the potential options that we could add there by working with them in time. They also don't think about, what am I going to do once I sell? I commonly hear, because I ask the question, I commonly hear, well, I'm going to play more golf. I'm going to spend more time with the grandkids. But we need to work on that a little bit more to make sure that they do have a formalized plan of what they're going to do after they sell. And a lot of times it could be that they retain a small portion of the ownership, invested interest, and where they actually continue to work for the company. They just don't have the headaches of the back office and all of that part of it. But they could still stay a part of it, and they kind of be a staged type of departure from their business. But we actually addressed all 4 of those areas by working with ownership in advance. We're able to do that.
Okay, good. You start early. Great.
Yes.
Good information. That was Mariann Montgomery. For more information about her and her firm, please check out the show notes for this episode on our website.